Hey there, guys. This is Adamant Life. Today, as a change of pace, we'll be going back to Magic the Gathering. I originally scheduled a stream to do some more of that browser extension. One of these things, I got home late, didn't eat dinner till 7:15, and then decided while I was eating dinner and prepping for the stream that I probably needed a little more work on it, figuring out where exactly I was going with that stream before I actually ran it. So that will be rescheduled for the future once I have a better idea of what exactly I'm doing, because I haven't touched the extension since the last time we looked at it. And therefore, we are going to stream some Magic the Gathering. As the title says, I am going to be doing one of my favorite decks that I like to play. Get out of here. Just reinstalled Magic, and therefore the stupid Pixie back. It says Enchanted Away, but I have not actually. I took Enchanted, the enchantment cards mostly out of it. So this is a blue-white deck. It's a control deck, and its win condition is Faithbound Judge with Sinner's Judgment. And basically just control the board and generate value until you win. Or until, obviously, Day of Judgment shows back up. Shouldn't say shows back up, but until Day of Judgment goes off, procs. We have a couple things in here that I've been considering cutting. This Book of the Exalted Deeds, technically it works in the deck. Also, technically, it's not very useful now that, what do you call it? The Changeling land, the Haven. Now that Haven's rotated out, or been banned rather, it's not very useful. I used to have that just in case. I could consider exchanging it for a lithoform engine, a second lithoform engine. Lithoform engine actually has been generating so much value for me that I kind of feel like I want a second one. The Deck of Many Things is another card that I'll point out in this deck. That's a bit out of it ordinary. I don't see it in many decks, but it does generate a lot of value, and therefore I like playing it. Also, it combos, well, not really combos, but it works extremely well with Lithoform Engine as well. So those are the big outstanding points of the deck. Again, originally it was an enchantment deck. This was back before Kamigawa came out, so that deck was a lot weaker than it is now. Obviously, the enchantment decks are significantly stronger in Kamigawa, but I haven't bothered trying to change this back into an enchantment deck. It's now just a control deck with a instant win condition. So let's hop on ladder and get some games in. Also, while we are queuing up, I'm going to figure out why my stream playlist is empty. What happened to all my music? That's plenty of whites and a blue, so that's a completely playable hand. Music, playlists, no music there. Things to say about the deck. Obviously, with the board clears and the early control, such as I don't have my, do I have my overlay? I don't have my overlay right now. Gonna have to excuse me because all of my overlays are gone, given that I reinstalled the client on this user. So I'm gonna have to figure out how exactly to get these back. Yeah, a little bit of a messy start of the stream, but that's quite alright. And as you can see, we're playing against this black deck. The Hive of the Eye Tyrant has been hit or miss. It depends whether or not the opponent really prioritizes getting it done. Getting it procced, as to whether or not we actually succeed here. Because if the opponent does not proc it right after killing my creature, then we have a chance, you know, obviously Frischner's Judgment. Otherwise, that's just kind of an instant concede. Not necessarily an instant concede because obviously we have plenty of control tools in this deck, but it does make our life a good bit more difficult. Continue play lands. Trying to decide this turn. One of those things, I could attack in and trade this, but yeah, I think I will go ahead. Basically what I'm looking at is with the deck of many things out, we can go ahead and just toss our attacks in here because we're not losing any cards for doing all this. It clears that up, and if he spends a turn recreating his 2/1 black minions, that's better than him spending a turn drawing a card, in my opinion. And then I'll just replay Vega. Resolve all. Again, the deck of many things just means that we get all our cards back from the graveyard, and we never, you know, it's good card draw because they're cards that we've already played. As opposed to a random card which could be a land, is what I mean to say. Right, so he did nothing there, which is fascinating. I think we will just start with an attack. And let's throw both at him just in case. Nah, I want to get this attack in on face to deny the card draw. If he has some kind of weird flash minion to block my judge with, then it is what it is. We are currently at 6 lands. I don't have my deck tracker up, unfortunately. So I think that's 6 lands. And the UI could be better. I'm going to go ahead and play the card draw here because I would negate that if I happen to draw into negate. Alright, we did not draw into a negate, so... I'm going to keep the Dawnbringer Cleric and toss the lands. This way I can proc the Angel. Resolve. So I'll deck of many things and then Dawnbringers. Or no, yeah. So here's what I was thinking. My thought here is I activate this first. If I get a land, I may play Faithbound Judge instead. That gives me a 4/4 as well, but it's the Faithbound. It gives me a 4/4 instead of 3/3. So it seems worth it to me. If I don't hit a land, if I hit, you know, Vega or something, or the Faithful Mending, then I'll just play the Dawnbringer and get the Angel. Draw 2 cards. Okay. That is a land, so we will go ahead and play Faithbound Judge. And let's continue looking for my music. Where did my music go? Music, go. Alright, now see, he's gonna Hive Tyrant if he knows what he's doing here to get rid of that because I'm at 7 land. So next turn I drop this no matter what because I'm under absolutely no threat of dying. So he has to play the Hive Tyrant this turn. On the bright side, that's 4 mana he's not spending. So that's all his lands. He only has a blue and a treasure left over. Go blank. That sucks. This is another card that screws me over oftentimes. Alright. On the bright side, we do have the deck of many things out. On the not as bright side, the not as useful side, it would have been really nice to get the Lithoform engine down last turn. Not that we could, but the fact that we had to discard it, it stinks. Play Faith Mending. I might just kill Loth here because these cards are not really going to do much of anything. Plus, obviously, as mentioned previously, our graveyard is our deck, or is our hand at this point with Deck of Many Things. And this is one of those situations where the second Lithoform engine would be very useful. Give me a second while I adjust the microphone. Hopefully I'm not making too much noise for you guys. It is drooping again. It's still a little low. Alright, let's find music. Alright, there's music. Let me grab this, put this over here. New folder. Play our turn. Activate. Draw 2 cards. Play the one that I don't have to make a decision on right now. Prep the counterspell. And say go. Do I want to play this? Nah, I'd rather get that back from the graveyard with Deck of Many Things. Alright, music's on its way, guys. Play all. I don't hear it, but why don't I hear it? Why don't I hear music? You guys don't hear music because it's muted for you, but I should hear music. Rogue class, we'll counterspell that. If he really wants it, he can use his own counterspell. Alright, I am not hearing music on my end. I don't know about you guys. Actually, according to the waveform, it looks like you guys are hearing music, so that would mean that I've got an issue on my end with my headphones. Yeah, okay, my headphones are not attached. So, let me turn the music back down because I was just playing with the volume. And hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. Pass. 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 And let me get my headphones fixed. Resolve. My turn. Roll the dice. Wow, okay. That was unfortunate. That was highly unlikely to happen. Huh. Here's an interesting situation. I wonder if my USB hub is going, because I had to switch my keyboard off of the USB hub. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you guys just in case you get weird Windows sounds. I had to switch the keyboard off the hub because the keyboard kept on disconnecting, and I may be having issues now with my Bluetooth dongle, since my computer does not have Bluetooth built in. That's at 12:12. Huh. 12:12, huh? That's fascinating. We do have a board clear in here, so we can get that back. And we got it back. Honestly, not the best matchup for my first game tonight, but that's, you know, it's going to happen. I'm not terribly concerned about it. And again, the only reason it is a bad matchup is because he happened to have Go Blank on that turn. If he didn't have Go Blank, he would have had to play the Hive Tyrant, which would have slowed him down more. So there's a lot of things that play into it. And that is, let's see, draw 2, could get a board clear, did not get a board clear, so we'll just concede. Click through and queue up, and I'm continuing to attempt to get Bluetooth working here for my headphones. Play. Fascinating. Okay, so back to this hub going. It looks like my hub is going because I pulled that halfway out, and I pulled my Bluetooth dongle halfway out, and all of a sudden it's working. So that does seem like what's going on here. So re-enable sound on the stream, and hopefully you guys should be hearing music. I'm gonna check the settings here. Okay, never mind. So you guys are probably hearing music, but I am no longer hearing music because my sound just died again. Play that, and we will play Vega like normal. I don't think it's really useful at this point to hold the counterspell. I want to save the counterspell for something more. Okay, yeah, so that would have been useful to counterspell, but beggars can't be choosers, and I made a decision, and I'm gonna have to live with that decision. At this point, I guess get the Faithbound Dodge up. I would have liked to get one more mana, then I could have played Faith Mending and then still had mana open for Saw It Coming, but that did not happen. And he's got that guy. So at this point, I really need a land, so I'm going to go ahead and play Faith Mending. Got my land. I actually will keep that faithful. Discard these two. I want to play Curse of Surveillance because I'm going to need card draw, but I also want to kill this guy. My opponent can draw a card off of that because any card he draws is probably not as useful as Righteous Valkyrie. Not always 100% accurate, but for example, he could get a couple different what do you call it? It's like the cleric thing would get him the Valkyrie back. He could get there is that one res angel that he could get. He is playing black-white, so I will go ahead and not block that because I'm going to be generating card draw with Vega. Unless I want to draw cards with Curse of Surveillance, which I do. And at this point, because he doesn't have enough pressure on me right now, I'm just looking to hit 7 mana and play Faithbound. Actually, probably not 7 mana, play it on 9, just because he probably has another Vanishing Verse. So I'll keep the counterspell open for it. Alright, where are we at here? We did not draw into a land, unfortunately. We can get an extra draw with Faith Mending, or we can play Raven's Warning, say, oh well, we missed a land this turn, and get the draw off of Curse of Surveillance. Valkyries doesn't really matter for us because we're not really board centric. Yes, we do have minions that help contest the board, but that's not really that big of a concern. If we lose the board at this point in the game, it's probably not that big of a deal. With this, what are you playing that on? Huh, on Raven's Warden. That's interesting. With the Righteous Valkyrie out now, I'm going to be probably playing Teferi this turn, looking for a board clear. And if we don't hit the board clear, at least we have a taunt out, something to distract him with. We did get the board clear. I will be using my 2 minions to block now this turn, since both of those minions will be dead by the start of my next turn. It's a shame we didn't draw another blue land, because we kind of really needed to play this solid coming, because we keep on using our 1 blue to play stuff. Yeah, that's a good card for us to destroy. I like that. Alright, he sent all 3 that way, so there is no way to stop that from killing Teferi, unfortunately, so I will keep my 2 guys then, attack first, and then... Oh, right, he gained life off the Valkyrie. Duh. Alright, so easy Doomscar and chill. Yeah, I sacrifice a minion. Cool. All our lands at the bottom of our deck, unfortunately. Alright, so here's the question. We are at 7 lands now, right? If I counted correctly, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I played the Faithbound and then sit on my counterspell mana. If we don't need a counterspell, then I'll Faith Mending at the end of his turn. I do want to hit 9 mana because it is late enough in the game that I need to actually get this Faithbound to stick. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna let that go just because I plan on clearing the board and I've got the Faith Bendings to dig. I'm gonna keep that land, toss Vega, and let's play the other Faith Mending, and we will toss one of each of these lands now. I will take that to the face. Alright. We'll play a Faith Mending. Hope we hit our board clear. We did not hit our board clear. Let's see. What are we doing with our life now? Because we are now in very much trouble. Let's see. We could play Vega to sink 4 damage. Not hitting the board clear this turn is a bit unfortunate. Let's see. Yeah, he can destroy, so he can use 2 of these to destroy, or he can attack. I'm gonna go ahead and counterspell that. Okay, he said nice, so what's his plan? Okay. Not actually doing anything about it. If the music's up a little loud, I apologize for that one. Again, I can't actually hear the music at this point, so I don't know how loud it is. I will double block here on the premise that we're going to do something about these minions. Book of Exalted Deeds is not doing something about the minions. I guess I'll dig. So the Dawnbringer is probably what we gotta keep. And the question is 4, 8, 4, 8, 12, and then we block that. He's just barely off of killing us. We can Faith Mending if he happens to come up with 2 more damage. So we're probably alright this turn. We are more than halfway through our deck and still haven't hit another board clear, which is unfortunate. Oops, sorry about that. Resolve, yeah, you can have it. He's been sitting on this card, which probably means that it's a destroy spell. Put that in front of there. It doesn't have trample, so we're still alive. There we are. There's Doomscar. So, with the manland, that makes this significantly more difficult. But we are in a decent enough place. I have 2 counter spells here in case he... Yeah, okay, so he doesn't have anything to deal with our minion, which means that we can block this one. We will be looking for... Yeah, there we go. That gets us a blocker and 2 life back. And I am going to go ahead and play one of these now. We obviously do not have the second mana open to counterspell, but it's one of those things. We have 3 of these in the tank, so even if he destroys one, yep, we'll be able to get the next one up because we'll have an extra blocker, unless he plays that. Actually, he didn't attack, so because he didn't attack, that gives us another turn. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. And then I'll play the white. I won't be playing this Curse of Surveillance. We have our 2 blockers and we have 2 counter spells, so we're definitely alive this turn. So it's just a matter of whether or not, you know, we can get something off the deck of many things or otherwise draw into something useful to keep us alive. Yeah, that is going to have to, because he's going to remove a blocker. Alright, yeah, and now he's board flooding because he realizes he has to kill us. Here we can play... We don't want to play Doomscar, actually. So I will take a Devious Cover-Up. We'll draw into this, either off of this deck of many things or off of our draw from the Curse of Surveillance. Did I already play a land? Yeah, I already played a land. So active... Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Activate. We got the draw 2 card, so we did draw into that. And we got some more healing, which is good. The question is, do I play this now? Which I do. I obviously just did. And we can't play this Vanquished, unfortunately, because he has the manland, and we don't have something to back it up with. So that's why, that in case I didn't say it, that's why the manland was such a problem. Because until we draw into another investigate kill, alright, yeah, there's no way we survive this unless we play the second Faith Mending. So this has to block the man land. He hits us for 4, and the Faith Mending keeps us alive from this 2. I was hoping for a way that we'd be able to play the Lithiform engine, because if the Lithiform engine stuck this turn, we'd be able to double Discerner's Judgment. Unfortunately, that's not happening. So yeah, that's a go. So at this point, we need him to only have the man land and not have anything to do with our Skyclave Apparition. Skyclave Apparition blocks the man land, and then we heal for 2 to keep us alive from the other guys. Let's see. Plains and Plains. Well, we're never playing this Gates of Istfell. There's never a turn where we play this Gates of Istfell because the game's about to be over one way or another. Now at this point, we can board clear. Yeah, okay. And we even got this one too. So we can board clear because we're not generating an extra minion off of the Skyclave. That's return to hand, right? Yeah. Return to hand. Okay, cool. A little concerned there for a second that we might be in trouble. 3. We're mana short from playing this as an extra blocker and still having a counter spell up. I want to keep the counter spell up, so I'm going to play that. We can go ahead and play, so long as we don't low roll this. Yeah, we didn't low roll it, so that just gives us another card, and we still have 4 mana up to counterspell anything. We have a counterspell, we have a blocker, so everything looks like we're going to be getting through this one. What you got, Broseph? What you got? Boop, 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 boop. That's why you tapping individual mana. That's a little spooky. Borrowed time. Yeah, he has nothing else in hand, so we just counterspell this. We'll cheap counterspell it. And he doesn't have a land to activate his man land, so we are 100% good. There we go. That's how you win those games. Nice. I just realized, no, we're good. We're good. All right, 1-1 for the night. 1-1 for the night. Let's go. Man, I wish I was listening to music like you guys. Hopefully everything sounds alright. Again, my headphones are busted probably because of this hub. On the one hand, I want to say hopefully it's just the hub. On the other hand, it's one of those things where the hub has more stuff plugged into it than my headphones, so that means I'm out more stuff than just the hub, which is actually worse in some ways. And we precast that. Got another white deck, so if this is a white weenie deck, then it's an alright matchup. It really depends. Okay, it's a weapons deck. A weapons deck is probably alright. If it's a rune deck, that might be a little... Oh, that is not a weapon deck. Okay. We'll see what happens here. Play Vega. last game I didn't keep my counterspell open for turn 3. I kind of doubt, since he's playing the Ingenious Smith, that we're going to hit with another, whatchamacallit. Alright, so this looks like it's going to be a board flood deck. So he's going to snowball the board, in which case we're just looking. We have Teferi, and we'll just look for a Doomscar or whatever the other one is, Valor. I think it's Valor. I did not get that, so instead I'm going to take this blue instead of the counterspell. The counterspell is not doing me much good against a heavy deck, creature heavy deck. So, yeah, that's also not a minion, ironically. Bad simulachromes. I don't know. It's one of those things. I haven't really seen the modified decks much, so therefore I don't know how good or bad the Terrarium's +1/+1 is. Just does not seem terribly impressive to me. I'll go ahead and keep my counterspell open this turn, get myself a little bit of extra card draw, and have the Fateful Absence available just in case we have to panic. Alternative was to play Curse or Imrith, whatever the heck you say. Either of this would be fine. So one of these things where I kind of want, that kind of needs to die, and at the same time I kind of need to find a board clear because his board is getting out of control now. So I counterspelled it to keep this from proccing. I can trade this, and then we can kill the other one with Faithful Absence, and that should hopefully buy us enough time to... Oh, that has Ward 2. Do I spend 4 mana, or do I just draw 2 cards? Or do I play Limrith and draw more cards? Or do I play Cursive Surveillance? Questions. I like digging. Digging is fun. I play Minecraft. Have played Minecraft. Toss those 2. Get an extra draw with Vega. Toss the Faithbound and probably Imrith at this point. Keep our land so that we can continue playing stuff. Not this turn though. And no attack so that we can jump block. We're doing alright. We'll have 7 mana next turn, so we can play a Faithbound Judge and see if he has an answer to it. We will not be playing... Yeah. Well... If I'm not playing Faithbound Judge next turn... Do I want to block this, or do I want to have to draw because it's... Yeah, I guess I block it. We will do white on that one. This is still 7. Why is this still 7? Oh, that's right. Disturb is a... let's see. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a little scary, but I think I'm going to get this Sinner's Judgment. This is a Disturb, so it's a activated ability, not a spell cost, which is why that's still 7. We'll see what happens here. He has 2 modified creatures. Alright, well, yeah, if he played that, he's definitely not getting that guy out. Yeah, at this point we just need a board clear. That's basically all we're looking for. Question is, were we too greedy? Alright, so the idea here is that I'm going to hit a land off this, have 2 lands to play Faithful Absence from, and we will survive this game. Curse of Surveillance is too slow at this point. This kills that guy. There we go. This kills that guy. We chump block the big guy, and that's... Oh, shoot. That's going to be 7, isn't it? Yeah. I miscounted that one. Whoopsies. That's actually... Oh, okay. The clue gave it +1/+1. I mean, he was going to play another minion anyway. Give it +1/+1, so it was going to be 7 one way or another. It was close. Screwed up. A bit greedy to go for the Sinner's Judgment, I guess. I mean, not I guess, obviously. One of these things where I had that option to kill this guy for 4 mana, and I chose not to. Part of me was thinking we were going to hit the Doomscar earlier. Part of me was also thinking that his board was not that big at the time, so I didn't think it was going to play into it. It's obviously a misplay on my part. 1 and 2 on the deck. I'll have to check what my overall win rate with this is. Let's see. It's playable. I'd prefer one more land, obviously, but I think we get there. You gotta believe in the heart of the cards. You just need one more land. There we go. One more land got there. We don't need this 1/3 on turn 2. And our opponent has a counterspell. Let's play Vega. Get Vega counterspelled. That did not get counterspelled, so he has a kill spell. Nice. Memory Deluge, we'll play Raven's Warden. Raven's Warden on turn 3 or 4 is always nice because that means that you're always going to get your Doomscar on turn 7, 8, something like that. Just knowing for a fact I can get my Doomscar is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and play my land, so I have 5 mana, and then let my opponent tell me that he has a kill spell. Alright, and now that he's played his kill spell, now we play big guy. I probably should have played Deck of Many Things just because that's more valuable than Imrith. My opponent plays his own Imrith. Okay. Why did I pick Doomscar? I'm not in that matchup. Okay. Let's play Deck of Many Things and chill. One of those things. I'd sooner just block that and clear it off the board. Our Imrith is going to get killed the second he attacks, so he has a second Imrith. Alright. In which case, this is hilarious. Actually, no. Let's forecast this and then play let's play that and just heal. And then activate that. I'm just going for maximum value right now. Draw 2 cards. Going to beat this guy's control with value. What you got? You're gonna attack, you're gonna draw a card. Then what? Attack, draw a card. And do nothing. Okay. Let's Doomscar. Activate. Just don't roll a 5. Don't roll a 5. Don't roll a 5. Don't roll a 5. I rolled a 5. Okay. That might be a situation in which we, oh my goodness, the stupid crab. Alright, I'm out. I'm out. I'm not playing against that crab. Crab is strong. Let's go again. 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is not impressive, gotta say. Again, I do like this deck a lot. It feels like a winning deck, honestly. However, evidently not tonight, and it could just be that I have selective memory. Got plenty of lands, got some control, got Deck of Many Things. If we hadn't died to Crab last turn, Deck of Many Things could have given us all our cards back that we discarded, technically speaking. I'm not saying it would have happened, but, you know, it's a possibility. Opponent, Mr. Deprogramming. That was in the shop the other day. That card back. Yeah, I'll keep the land open. What you got? Blue on turn 1, Snowland, maybe ninjas. Could also obviously be control. What is that? I do not recognize this. Storm Chaser Drake. Huh. A self-buff deck? You know what? You seem like you might be an aggressive deck, so go ahead and draw a card next turn instead of playing anything. And we will go ahead and play Judge. If he kills it, he kills it. Hey, he's mono blue so far, so he's probably not killing it. He might bounce it. That's definitely a possibility. If he does bounce it, I will not counterspell. I prefer to save the counterspell for making sure that the backside sticks. And we don't need an extra land this turn, so I'll play the tap land and pass. Next turn is Deck of Many Things, probably. I'll go ahead and be tapped down. Won't bother with the negate. Again, all we've got is the 4/4 on turn. It'd be more important to get some draw going. And it will be interesting to see what exactly he's playing on this. Again, I'm not particular because I don't know what he's playing. I may as well just play the Deck of Many Things. And if he had a counterspell right there, I don't know why he didn't just counterspell that. Because that is clearly a card draw card, and yeah, I don't know. So what's your gimmick? What's your gimmick? What is that? Oh, okay. That's not that big of a deal. We got Mr. Dawnbringer Cleric. You only have 1 mana, which means that you can only have a bounce. There are no... Actually, I think there might be a 1 mana. Yeah, I think there's a 1 mana opponent has to pay... what is it? Isn't there a 1 mana counterspell in standard right now? And let's attack. All attacks. And he can bounce it again. 1 mana bounce is fine. He did not bounce it. We have Vigilance, so okay. So, do we think this opponent is also playing Crab? It's a possibility. Could be playing Crab. Possibly running... Ooh, wow. Fascinating. Um. Bubble Snare. And he kicked it, so it will be tapped. Question is, do I care? I don't think I care. Alright. We'll play another Faithbound Judge next turn. Play deck many things. Profit. Got another counterspell. We'll play this first. Decrease the rate of failure. I don't really think I need to be worried about him playing stuff at this point, which is why we're high rolling today. Holy cow! Which is why I'm cool with tapping down here and not having the counterspell open. Let's see. What else you got? What else you got, bud? I really don't get these Storm Chaser Drakes. He's playing enchant, so he's got all these aura enchantments, but the only thing I've seen are stuff that target opponent creatures, and obviously you're not going to tap and, sheep your Storm Chaser Drake. So I don't know what his enchantment is. I mean, he can have... Okay. I mean, it's still going to go to my graveyard. Yeah, I'm just going to play... Oh, that's right, we don't have a second mana. Let's draw with this. And there's my blue, and we'll take the fairy. There's a blue, and... Let's see, options are... Prep, or keep a counterspell open, or roll the... I'm not going to roll the dice. I'm going to prep this turn. I'm not too impressed with what he's doing over there. And no attacks. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What are you going to do? Mind control my other guy? Next turn, we probably Doomscar. Doomscar and chill. Have 2 mana open. Opponent playing fun deck. Must destroy. No fun allowed. Play land, play Doomscar. Counterspell if he tries to counterspell. Otherwise, next turn we'll start going off with Faithbound Judges. At the end of his turn, we can play deck of many things if we don't need our counterspell. And you can have that one. That's a single target. He's going to dump 7 mana into it, right? No. Even more than that, he's going to dump 9 mana into it. Oh no, that's right. The last one is only +1 counters. Oh no, it gives him a proc ability. My turn, activate. 12, draw 2 cards. Play that. Play that. I mean, he's got to dump so much mana into his Ascendant Spirit to make it work, so it's one of those things. I may as well just let him do it and just keep the counterspell open to protect Sinner's Judgment. That's fine. That's fine. So it's going to be a 6/6. It will hit me for 6/6, and then that's it. I mean, if he plays one more land, he plays one more land, so he can hit me for 8, and then I win the game. Basically, effectively win the game. Again, though, he does have the Storm Chaser Drakes, which suggests that he has some kind of buff, so he might have some kind of buff to play on this minion to make it deal more damage. At the same time, however, even if he does, I have a counterspell, right? And it's probably going to be the rest of his mana. So, I just don't see this working out for him. This looks like a W to me. Famous last words, but okay. Sure. Yep, draw your card. And let's not roll a 5. It's statistically unlikely. We've already dumped our hand twice so far today. That was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. Oh my goodness. We actually lose this game. Wow. Oh my. Oh, I rolled the dice. Oh no, I rolled the dice. It was a 25% chance of failure. It was a 25% chance of failure and we lost. Oh boy. I'm crying. I am crying so bad right now. We can still kill it. We can still kill it. We cannot kill it. Oh boy. I was looking for the investigate card. We did not hit the investigate card. I don't have any investigate cards in my deck, in my graveyard, right? Yeah, so, oh, I have one of them. So I still had one more in the deck. Oh boy. We had a 1 in 36 to hit it. 1 in 36 and a 1 in 35. My opponent did not buff his minion last turn. We'll see whether or not he misses lethal. Question mark. My opponent... Is my opponent gonna miss lethal? My opponent missed lethal. Do you have 2 damage from hand? Why is my opponent missing lethal? It just put 2 counters on. What is going on here? Are we actually going to win this, or is my opponent playing with me? Oh boy. I have a blocker. Whenever blocking, right. We play this. Play Vega. We have 6 mana left, so that's not enough to Doomscar. We have a Doomscar in the graveyard, right? So I roll for Doomscar first. Roll for Doomscar first. Draw 2 cards. We can draw Doomscar. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we can play double Faith Healing. I mean, we're not playing any cards next turn. We've already played a land this turn, right? So, well, we're definitely not playing Amarith, so. Alright, yeah, I did play a land this turn already. So we have a counterspell up. Which means that we can stop him. This might be a win. My opponent might have screwed this up. What you got? Bubble is 1 mana flash, right? No, Bubble is not flash. Okay. Alright. What you got? What you got? What you got? Did we win? Did my opponent throw this game? Throw it harder than me throwing those bones? Oh man. When you throw hard, your opponent... Ah, gosh darn it. That was so close. We almost got away with that. We almost scammed our way out of that. Wow. Oh well. Get them next time. Should have been a W. I decided to roll the stupid bones on the book, and we lost. Oh well. So anyway, that was another one of my decks. Have more decks. I'm thinking about doing just a deck roundup after doing a few streams, just to review them as a separate video. But otherwise, if you did tune in, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll get more W's in the future. Until next time, catch you later.